Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Just sitting here having a cup of tea. I did a little bit knitting this morning and a lot of sewing the rest of the day, and my hands are sore. I'm not going to do any more knitting or sewing tonight. I might do a little bit of crochet because I'm only using a hook with this, but I've been doing Dagger's cardigan. I've got the neck. I put the neck on. That was what I had left to do. I just have the bands left to do on it now, but I just cannot do any more knitting today. My hands are sore. My fingers are aching with sewing. But that's not the real reason. I'm going to tell you probably the real reason this cardigan has took me the longest of any cardigan I've knitted. I think I actually started it. I wrote down in my diary that I started this cardigan on the 23rd of August. So it's just over a month that I've been doing it. And the reason it's taken me so long, because I started doing other things as well in between, crochet and knitting little things as well. But there was a reason for me doing that. This cardigan, as you can see, it's got pockets in that. It's made of pure wool. Now I am allergic to pure wool. I can't wear pure wool since as long as I can remember being a small child. I don't think I could wear pure wool then, because I think my mother used to have to buy cotton. She's always used to be going on about it. I remember her going on about it when, after I was growing up and all that. She used to say, I could never pass any of Eleanor's, that's my older sister Eleanor, she said I could never pass any of Eleanor's jumpers and sweaters down to you. And this is just conversation, you know, because we all used to meet at my mother's on a Saturday. And we were all sitting and I said, well, why not? And mother says, because you're allergic to wool. I says, I know I'm allergic to wool. I says, remember that Christmas? I says, when you bought us a hat, scarf and gloves. What did I say to you? What? I don't remember. Well, I says, well, I do. I says to you, Ma, you do know that I'm allergic to wool, aren't you? Don't you? And she says, of course I do. And look at the label. I says, what does it say on there? Pure Shetland wool. Oh, I didn't notice that. I said, yeah, I remember that, yeah. Well, I can't wear anything. I itch like something not right. I come out all red, blotchy and that. And that's the trouble I've had knitting, because this is pure wool. And when I've been knitting it, after I didn't think it would really affect as much, because I've never really knit with pure wool before. Probably for the simple reason I couldn't wear pure wool, so I never knit with it. And after a couple of hours, my hands started itching, and especially the backs of my hands, and I could ride the skin off my hands and that. So I had to keep putting it down for a while. And so while I wasn't doing that, I was doing something else, doing like a little baby one or something like that, or crochet instead. This sort of thing. Oh, it's a little bit of that baby one as well. And that's what's took me so long, because I couldn't sit and knit all the time doing this. But I decided today I was going to stick in, because I had finished all the pieces. I was going to stick in and get the neck put on and stitch it all up, ready for to do the button and the buttonhole bands, which I'm going to do tomorrow. And I'll have to buy, I don't know what I've done with the buttons, but I'm going to have to do what Daggery sent me the buttons for this cardigan, and they're a little bit different to the buttons that I usually buy. I know I had a little thing on my computer. I don't know what I've done with it, with the buttons. I lost these buttons, you know, the other week. I was hunting the house till I found them. But I'll probably put them out. Oh, I'll probably put them out of the way when the kids were here yesterday. I'll probably have to hunt and find out where I've put them now. Like, I've probably hidden them somewhere. Is when the kids come here, you know, everything gets shifted. I've got some ornaments on my windowsill that Ladro. They were quite expensive, and I heard clinking of, you know, like china, like cups. I thought they were messing about with a cup on the table. Yeah, when I went, they were playing with the ornaments on my mantelpiece, on my windowsill, playing them with like cars, dunching them into each other, and should have heard me. I don't know how I managed to keep the language down, like, you know, from a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, like, but I did. But anyway, talking about that wool and that, so I've stuck in, and all I have to do is the button bands, but my hands has just been itching because it was even worse sewing it up today. My hands were actually sore, they were itching that much, and I actually ended up, I've got some, you know, those surgical glove things. I actually put a pair of those on at the finish, and I don't know why I didn't think about that the whole time I've been knitting this, because it didn't bother us when I put those gloves on my hands. I could have done that the whole time and had this cardigan finished ages ago. But that's a little bit of that to finish off, and then I'll be able to send it off to Dagry. I've also got a little baby's cardigan to send off with it. But she bought my the little 20-inch little cardigan that I've done for a little girl, so I'll be sending that to her as well when I send that. So I'm going to find out how much it costs to send a parcel to the United States of America. Probably be on Wednesday by the time I get this finished and get the buttons and all that sewn off. If I get it done soon enough, the post office is still open, I'll be able to walk over with it then. But if not, it'll be Wednesday. And so I'm going to do a little bit crochet because I haven't done any of this for a couple of days. And then when I finish Dagry's, I'll be able to start on that one that I've got to do for Dagry. I'm looking forward to trying that one. It is like a kind of, the cable is like a kind of, I'd class it like as a Celtic cable, I think, something like that. I'm looking forward to doing that one because it's a little bit different to what I normally do, and at least there's no buttons or anything on that one because it's all edge to edge, I think that's what you call it. I'll put my wool on that was a Christmas little bag I got one Christmas, and it comes in very handy. That's why I put the wool on the floor when I'm knitting or crocheting. It stops it rolling all over the place and that. Because I don't know why, but at my age, my hair is falling out. And every time I look on the floor, I can rub my hand across in handfuls of hair. I can see it getting thinner and thinner. I think I'm going to have to get myself a wig for the front. I think it's just completely disappearing off the front of my head. It's all on the floor, so if anybody gets anything off me and you've got hairs knitted in with the cardigan or whatever it is, you know what's happened. The hair's been falling out while I've been knitting. The dust. You know, I brush my hair every morning and there's a load of hair in the brush. When I go in the shower and wash my hair in the shower, there's a load of hair down the plug hole at the same time. I don't know where it all comes from. But my son one time was up my house. He lives in Yorkshire. But he was up one time helping me decorate, and it made a little bit of mess on the carpet, so he got the vacuum out to pick it up and that. And he said to me, "This vacuum's not working very well, Mum. It's not picking up very well. I'll have a look at it." Like, he's one of these, you know, he fixes anything, like. And I says, "Well, I've never noticed, like, you know, but go on, have a look if you want." So he turned it upside down. He says, "I know what the trouble is." I says, "What?" He says, "There's more hair on this brush than what's round your head." So that's where it goes as well, up the vacuum. And it has been a rotten, miserable day today. You know, yesterday It was a lovely day. It was lovely and sunny. It was lovely and warm, which I was glad about with the kids, with me having the kids yesterday morning, and then down their house in the afternoon. They were playing out in my garden when they were at my house, and in their garden when we went down there. Today, since early this morning, since I got up, the heavens just opened. It's been pouring. It hasn't been very warm either, actually. I haven't got my heating on. I've kept the temptation down because the I think our gas and electric and thing is going up in October, and I'm with Scottish Power, and I've just had a message from them. They're putting my monthly payments up by £18 a month. You know, this is warmer weather in the year when we don't use the thing. Why do they need to put it up that much for? That's the way. That must be the extra we're going to be paying for the gas and that, and then on top of that we're paying for petrol as well. Well, the petrol will be going sky high probably because of the oil prices. But that's what happens, isn't it? And they're blaming the pandemic for that. I don't know how they can blame it. I would think there'd be more people using gas and electric because they were at home all the time than there were before. But anyway, I'm going to sit and just do a little bit crochet tonight, and I'm going to put my television on in a minute because it's just after 7 o'clock now. I've finished my tea and had what I've done, what I've got to do, and I'm going to watch a television now. So that was just a little bit video to keep up my videos. I try to put one up every day, but I don't always manage it. So sometimes I'll come on and just talk about a load of rubbish just to keep you all happy. So bye for now. Thumbs up and subscribe. I'll catch you another time.